Hello buddies, Jose at Wire Ninjas. We build systems and circuits of integrity. We're also Dreamedia's preferred install partner in New Jersey. Today, we're in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, where we're going to show you how to install an IR kit. Specifically, an MRF 250. Let me grab that for you guys. Or I'm sorry, an MRF 260. So we're going to take you through the install, start to finish, ins and outs. Let's check it out. Alright buddies, so what we're going to do is break down the product, go over some stuff, and then do the install. Keep it simple and straightforward for you guys. The MRF 260 is an addressable RF base station with integrated antenna, 4 independently routed IR outputs, 2 adjustable and 2 fixed. Built-in IR blaster, compatible with all complete control. So this is made to be worked with URC remote. That's not the point. The point is that I really wanted to cover some things such as identification of IR receivers on like a cable box, on a DVD player, on an Integra AVR, as well as an Apple TV. So the important thing is the knowledge that I'm going to try to portray or bestow upon you in this video. That's the goal here today. To give you the knowledge you need to install a simple IR kit as well as, a more advanced IR kit like this one. So we have a power cable. We got some labels, we got a little warranty something card, some plastics, great for the environment, more plastics here. We have the base station itself, she's wall mountable. We're not going to wall mount it. One thing that the box did note is that this is a blaster itself, so this can blast equipment with IR data transmission. It's really nice. You can sit it next to equipment, it'll blast right to the equipment. But like I said, what I really want to cover is the placement of these guys, because I feel like this is really what's going to hold you up from any of the IR installations you're going to do, is identifying IR receivers on equipment. I did a video for you guys covering, on paper what an IR kit is, and I covered specifically the placement of these emitters, but I want to show you in a physical sense where these emitters go, in a real life situation. Cardboard, stickies, screws, and IR emitters. This is pretty much everything. Let's go get it done. So we're in a more advanced setting here. We have a home cinema application, we have a projector, a fixed screen, we have a rack full of equipment, which is exactly the perfect situation for me to show you guys what I want to show you. So Integra receiver, Blu-ray player, Apple TV, cable box. We have the old IR base station. So I think first step is first. Let's get this thing plugged into power, because all electronic devices need power in this current time. Alright, cool. So we have like a 9 volt or something volt. It's 9 volt actually. I don't know why, but these are usually around 9 volts, these little pins. So we're going to plug that into the back, and then we're going to plug the end into power. One thing to note is that the real only difference between this and a regular IR kit is there's no receiver. A typical IR kit, you would place a receiver at the screen location, so when they point the remote, it hits the receiver, sends it back to the base station. Base station sends the data through the emitters to the respective equipment. This does not have a receiver because it's made to be used with an RF-based remote. So the remote communicates with this base station via RF, which can traverse walls. It doesn't need direct line of sight. It's a wonderful solution, but a little bit more advanced. Something I want to note. So let's give this thing power and then we'll work on the emitters. Like I said, the emitters are the real goal of this video, is to show you guys how to install the emitters, because that's the only real tough part. So we're going to plug this guy into power. We have a power, sorry we can't, let's see where we have power. Yes, we got an open socket, good stuff buddies. Open sockets are good. What I'm going to do is also, I'm going to remove the old one. That's the old one if you want to take a look at that, Steve. I'm going to remove the old power because we don't need to be drawing more power than we need to be. If that makes any sense, buddies? Alright, so that's the old guy. New guy's plugged in. She's got power. We have a little red LED. Sorry, I'm stepping on wood. It's ruining the audio. A little LED indication of power. Cool. Now, the emitters are going to get plugged into these outputs. We have 1 through 4. Which, 1, 2, 3, 4. We literally have 4 devices. I told them to get an MRF 350, it covers 6 devices. We just happen to have 4 devices. So, we're going to place this inside our cabinet next to our other equipment. Jeez, that thing is loud, whatever it is, dude. Jeez. So, this is a little tool for adjusting the output level. Jeez, everything's falling and getting weird. Okay. Alright, buddies. So, sorry, I got my... So we have this here. I know you guys are going to say, Olin, or Jose, why are you putting equipment on top of an Integra receiver? It's not my rack. I didn't build this rack this way. If it were up to me, things would have been done a lot differently here at this location. We've simply been asked to do a simple install of remote technologies control. Alright, so these are emitters. This is what it looks like. You have a little double-sided sticky side. The emitter actually emits that way, so you stick it and it emits into the receiver on this respective equipment. Now, let's plug one of these into, we'll go number 1. We should actually plug in all 4. We'll go number 1 to, I think the receiver should be number 1. That kind of makes sense logistically for when I do my programming later, which we won't cover in this video because it's too unnecessary. Alright, I'm going to undo the little zip tie because he's kind of ruining everything, making a knot. Let's try to get this in an orderly fashion here. That's pretty much out the window. Alright, let's get this guy. I don't know why they seem to thread it through. It's all threaded through itself. We don't need that much slack because, so here we go. You see these guys? This is what we're looking for. Can you see that on the camera, Steve? These 2 little receivers. These are the IR data transmission receivers, or the IR receivers for the Integra. So that's where we're going to stick for the Integra, because she's made to take the remote signals in through here. So we're going to put our emitters there. And Integra is real smart. Well, this is a high-end processor, so that's probably why it has 2. There's usually not 2 of these on any piece of equipment. But this thing, being that it's a processor, it's made to work with other audio video equipment in a more advanced fashion. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that guy right on there. I'm sticking it right in between the 2 because for whatever reason, maybe it needs one or the other or both. So we want to make sure to pass the IR signal. So then we can coil this up, pack this up. We'll manage the cables later. I just really want to show you guys how to get this IR situated. So that's port 1 on the MRF. That's looking beautiful. Alright. Now we're going to hit some more ports. I'm trying not to make a mess of this one like I did the other one. Oh wait. We have 5 pieces of equipment. The projector. So that Blu-ray's out. I told them to get a MRF 350. But, you know what? We're going to have to face this to that and blast the Blu-ray, so we'll be okay. But as far as programming, we only have 4 programmable ports. I don't know how that's going to play out in Designer, or whatever you want to call it. Number 2, I think cable's a priority, so we'll hit cable box number 2. And the cable's pretty easily identifiable on this cable box. Some cable boxes you do have to look up. I'm going to look up the Apple TV for you guys because, check it out, you can't see anything on this guy. So we're going to look that up and show you guys that. Jeez. I'm really not impressed with the adhesives on this kit. I really have no allegiance to any particular brands and stuff, but I will say, if you're looking for a regular IR kit that's not made to be used with a remote, I'm going to lean towards Xantech. Because their kits are the shit. They really are. Sorry everybody else, but Xantech's really got it down, buddies. This stuff is proprietary to the remote we're going to install, otherwise I would be going Xantech. Of course it's threaded inside itself. Why? Okay, that should be good enough. So Blu-ray's last priority, so we're going to hit the Apple TV next. And then another thing, another reason I shot this video for you guys is because we're going to have to splice one of these back to the projector, and I felt like that was important to do. So 3 is going to go to the Apple TV, and what I want to show you is Apple TV, our location. I'm going to look this up on Google because Google's wonderful. Check it out. For the 4K model, it's on the front on the left. So that's where it's located, but you can't see it. You can't see anything on here. And this is what I mean. Sometimes it's going to be hard to identify, so you're going to have to use your little internet and stuff like that and try to get some information. Apple TV, can't really see it. I'm going to stick it pretty much where it is in the diagram. Okay, I think that looks good. That should be good. Okay, cool. So they all have their little IR emitters in place. Everything's being weird because the way whoever managed these cables in the back there. And then I'm going to place this here so this can blast to the Blu-ray, hopefully. I'm going to have to do a little cable management back there because everything's shifting on its own. It's really annoying and frustrating and not smart or savvy. So the last one's going to be the projector. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually totally separate this cable because we have to splice this one at the projector side. There's cat cable in place, so we're going to use the cat cable as a method of traversing the distance between the rack and the projector. So now I'm going to take this cable and splice it to cat. I'm going to take the head and splice it to cat at the projector side. We don't need much at the head side. And so I just ripped this in half because I've just been playing with wires for too long. But you should use maybe scissors or something like that. Let's prep these wire ends, Steve. So check it out. There's 2 wires. There's 2 wires that need to be separated. You can separate the jacket like so.
It's only 2.
What? Yeah, this one's only 2. Sometimes there are 3 on different kits. And then what I like to do is use my finger. You can use a scissor or something. I just pinch with my nail and pull, and then sometimes it rips the whole thing, but sometimes sometimes you can get, oh gosh, jeez. Okay, we're gonna have to use 2 fingernails. Let's see if we can just break just the jacket. There we go. You really want to break just the jacket. It's kind of tough to do it because it's actually really flimsy stuff. There we go. So now we have 2 wires exposed, 1 silver, 1 copper. Now I'm going to get some twisting going. You see, I just want to get these nice and twisted up so that they're easily usable when I wire this in. So I'm prepping these wire ends now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into the base station, and then I'm going to wire it into the cat. So this is going to go to port 4 on the base station, bang bang, and then we're going to wire it into the cat cabling. So let me shift the doors because this whole situation is just, we got doors in the way, we got a sump pump in the way. People have no respect for the audio video equipment, dude. So this is our cat end, the other side goes to the projector. I'm going to prep these wire ends. I'm going to pick a pair here, so let's go with the orange pair because it's not been used or exposed yet. There's 2 wires in the orange pair as there is in all pairs. Same thing, I got to strip some of the jacket, expose the copper, strip with my finger. I'll just do this with my fingers just because I'm a brute. You can use tools. It's actually kind of harder to use tools because these wires are so thin that you kind of remove the jacket. So I'm going to go to silver to the white orange cat and just wrap that around, bang, bang, bang. Also, you can use little butt connectors and terminate these. The problem is we're mixing solid core copper with stranded, and I find sometimes that those little butt connectors simply break the solid core copper when you go ahead and crimp them down. So I just do this. I get my little connections made, and then we'll get some tape, which I'm trying to think where the tape is. Yeah, let's find the tape, Steve. And that's how we get our wiring. So that's a good termination, then we'll hit the other side. Harmony had the best little adhesive, Steve, the ones that go over. Sad that they're the only ones that have those. The Zantec ones were good though. So now the other end, I'm gonna get my orange pair, bang bang. Orange pair, orange pair. Good, let's prep these wire ends. So what we're aiming to do is match the wire color here. We have to match the same wiring on both ends. Come on, you. There you go. Got the wire, but not the jacket. Oh, buddies, buddies. Okay. That seems to be working better for me, this one now. There we go. Got the wire, but not the jacket. If we can get a little bit more exposed, that'd be nice. There we go. Okay. Now let's prep our wire ends. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Now let's match the colors. We're gonna hit orange to copper, and then we're gonna hit white orange back to the silver wire from the IR kit. And again, it doesn't matter which colors you use, you just have to match them on both sides. These are custom circuits, so you decide the color code or combos and stuff. Everything just has to match for there to be continuity, communication of data between these two lines, a back and forth. So I think I'm gonna cut that one there. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that one because it's just too much. Let's just snip that. Good to go. Now let's get a bend, then a bend. I like to bend because then they're just never coming apart. They're basically like tied up in a knot together. Beautiful. Now let's get some tape. I got the tape right here. And let's secure our connections with the tape. There. Little tape on there. Good to go. Sticky, sticky. Good to go. Make sure the wires don't touch each other, you know. You tape them together because that would short the circuit. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to tape this up a little bit. Alright, so that's how you splice a wire if you have equipment that's not at the rack. So with that spliced in, we can go ahead and put this back together. Oh, let's stick it to the IR. On an Epson projector, the IR is massive. You see this? The IR receiver? Massive. So we'll go ahead and stick her. And bang. That will most definitely control the Epson now. Good to go. So, let's refresh. We showed you guys how to install an IR kit. We showed you how to splice an IR cable or an IR emitter onto equipment that's located remotely from the rack location. We also showed you how to locate the IR receiver so you can place your emitters on several pieces of equipment. I think that's pretty good. It's thorough. It's what I wanted to cover. I'm happy and suffice. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.